Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. Big Ten football is finally back. It took it long enough, but we've got some action here in Nebraska at Ohio State. We've got a promo code for you guys. Use the code Big10, BIGTEN, if you want 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The Buckeyes, big favorites in this one, minus 27. At home, the total is 65. Ohio State 13-0 last season before losing to Clemson in the playoffs 29-23. They were 9-4 against the spread, but they did have some notable losses on defense, including Chase Young, Jeff Okudah on the secondary. But Justin Fields is back leading this offense and probably why this total is so high. We've got Craig Trapp joining us to talk this one. Craig, initial thoughts when it comes to this Big Ten matchup?
Well, just looking at the line, when it kind of jumped off the page, opened at 25, bet almost immediately to 27. Kind of surprising considered, Scott Frost, when he was at UCF, was unbelievable against the spread, unbelievable team. And he goes to his alma mater. You think he would recruit similar type athletes and maybe replicate that success. Has not been the case. And I just think it's a little too many points is when you look at it, that Ohio State with, a quick, what you would consider a quick amount of practice, about a month of practice, and with this whole COVID thing, I think it's a lot of points to give a very good coach in Scott Frost.
Last season, I always did Ohio State in the first half. So I looked at the line on this one, and it's Ohio State minus 14.5, which obviously I would love it if it was minus 14. I do not love that hook, but I think they're giving Ohio State a lot of credit here just because it helps them a lot that Justin Fields is returning, because not only obviously, it's always good when your quarterback is returning, but when through all this COVID stuff, the more continuity you can have when it comes to your offense, the better, I would say. A 27 is certainly a lot of points. I think if you like Ohio State, maybe take them in the first half or look at the total. What about the total? Is there anything that jumps out to you when it comes to 65? You like that number?
That seems like a lot. Although we have seen so far that it seems like the offenses are ahead of the defenses early in the season when we saw these other conferences kick off after, a rough off season as well with the COVID stops and goes that we've seen in all the practices. But, I don't know. I don't think Nebraska can win unless they outscore Ohio State, because Ohio State's gonna score. Justin Fields is that talented. I mean, most people has him as a 1, 2, 3, 4 pick in this year's upcoming draft. Obviously, number 2 quarterback in most people's board behind Trevor Lawrence. But I still think he's developing. It's only his second full year as a starter, and I think Justin Fields is going to have a big day. But I just think it's too many points. But I think if I was looking at the total, I would probably play the under, as I just don't think Ohio State's going to be out there just cruising to score, push it in late, because we've seen you got to have depth. You're going to lose guys to the COVID list here going forward. So I got to think coaches are going to be going to those second and third stringers in the second half if you're up big, like I expect Ohio State to be up by 2 to 3 touchdowns.
One thing is for sure, that all of these guys will be raring to go when it comes to playing, because obviously they're behind when it comes to getting on the field. So I think both teams will really be trying to prove something. Ohio State probably the most, because they've still got to prove themselves in the top dogs competition and conversation when it comes to against Clemson and all those other teams. But that's going to do it for our college football talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Craig Trapp. Craig, thanks for joining us.